ring too. Nobody wins when the
Denver's been fun, you feel me? But you know I'm gone. I'm shaking this.
Fireworks. Man, it will really be 4th of July. Quit playing, nigga. They know better than to even
Hey,
think
bro, we
about
just some
coming
rappers,
through here.
bro. This is all a script, bro. We ain't want no problems with nobody.
Hey, like a movie.
Just don't answer no questions when it's about my side. You know I'm mopping opponents whenever I slide.
I ain't got pressure with you, K-Mac. I ain't got pressure with you. I ain't scared. We can fight right now. No gun. I just walked up to your window with no gun. I just walked over there with no gun. All right. I keep it on me. Yeah. You ain't had pressure when I pistol whipped your brother? You ain't had pressure when I pistol whipped your brother?
Choices often affect time. People decide when it's used and when it's taken. For Reverend Jose Silva,
no
amount of time can fix that.
The emotions have like gone the spectrum. We lost somebody that helps people be better.
Jose is Karis Silva's uncle.
Yeah.
Karis's time was cut short at this gas station in early August.
Shooting at an apartment complex. You can see investigators searching through evidence and crime markers. Channel 2's Courtney Francisco is live on Lindbergh Place. And Courtney, what have you seen?
Well, Candace, police just took down the crime tape and left in the past 45 minutes, but I want to show you detectives were focusing most of their investigation between these two buildings for nearly 4 hours today. We know one man is dead. We do not know his name at this hour.
Pending further investigation, we do know that the dog was a Frenchie. We don't have a color of that dog just yet, but we will have that shortly.
I'm troubled because I feel like I just moved in here, so I'm wondering if I picked the wrong place. And I have a standard poodle, which is a very coveted breed.
Arrested a man in Georgia for killing someone outside of a gas station in Aurora on August 5th. On Tuesday, the uncle of Karis Silva was so upset that police had not made an arrest at the time. He claimed that the killer was taunting his family on social media. Aurora police have confirmed that a man in Georgia was taken into custody for Silva's murder. Silva was shot while sitting in a car at a gas station near 30th Avenue after a confrontation. When the victim's uncle, Jose Silva, heard of the arrest, he sent a two-word response to 9 News saying, "Praise Jesus."
Pleasure speaking with right now.
Man, Richie Bands, a.k.a. Richie Millie.
I don't want to go into too much details. You want to speak on how he lost his life?
1762 round to the face. DOA on arrival.
This one gonna be a little different, family. Had some folks reach out. We're about to hear from a man who's accused of taking the life of 2 individuals in 2 different states in the span of 8 days. Now, we're currently locked up in Rice Street in Fulton County, having 2 bodies hanging over his head. He don't even have a court date as of yet. Now, he only been locked up for a little over a month now, but he decided to reach out after recent reports from local media outlets have been giving only a one-sided story. I told him I'm non-biased. Hopefully this video can serve as a good purpose for the victim's family as well. But before we jump into this one, remember, I don't give you no angle. I just give you the story. So with that being said, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We're gonna jump right to it. This David Keeney Jr. He's from Colorado, but been living in Atlanta for about 10 years now. He also a local rapper with tracks like The Streets, released 2 years ago, over 31,000 views and counting.
But it's beef, my nigga. Apartment buildings with no lease, my nigga. We had to struggle just to eat, my nigga.
And tracks like Forever, released 2 years ago, with over 27,000 views and counting.
That's what we playing for keeps, and I ain't grim, but know some niggas that reap. If ain't no places left, I'm taking this.
Now this is Karis Silva, aka K-Mac. Now K-Mac was only 27 years old when he was gunned down at a gas station on East 32nd Avenue early August 5th, 2023. May he rest in peace. I love condolences to his family. Now Richie Bands and K-Mac end up getting into an argument, allegedly over his baby mother. They was at a cannabis stop. Here's the audio of the argument between the two right before he loses his life.
Peanut butter? Nah, mine's just peanut butter. Yeah, mine's just peanut butter. Yeah, gold Forgiatos, for sure. Oh yeah, stock. Oh yeah. Alright. I ain't got no pressure with you, K-Mac. I ain't got pressure with you, K-Mac. I ain't got pressure with you. I ain't scared. We can fight right now. No gun. I just walked up to your window with no gun. I just walked over there with no gun. Alright? I keep it on me. Yeah. You ain't have pressure when I pistol whipped your brother? You ain't have pressure when I pistol whipped your brother? Alright? What? Alright? You ain't have pressure though. You ain't have pressure though, right? You ain't have pressure though, right? Say that then. Say that then. Yeah. No safeties. One up top. One up top. Yeah. Ask. 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 Ask.
Now that's where the audio stops there. Allegedly, right after he loses his life, may he rest in peace. Now it seems in his indictment, alleged text messages between the BM and K-Mac is also included. They read, I just hope you're not selling. For this, never I sell, period. Let's talk about I do them buy. I handle business, period. And it ain't that too good to be selling. I make money now, period. And that's that. Why not with my not finna do 600 blues? It's okay. Wish you the best. I'm hurt. He get him from YP. You gonna let him, your kid's dad? I see where we stand. I told him he good. Who good? Another thread read. He got my addy back. I told him pull up. Just got off the phone. Me on him going, F you. Crazy you doing plays with laughing my y'all effing. Ain't no effing plays. You sell him. Dude scared. He calling. You funny. I'm too bomb to sell. But you making plays with your home, man. He got my addy. I got this. So as you can see, they clearly knew each other, and I asked them about that later in the brief interview. But 8 days later, after K-Mac lost his life, almost 1,400 miles away, and 20 hours if you driving, it seems, Richie Band's responsible for another man losing his life after he fled the state of Colorado, where he grew up at, to his second home in Atlanta, Georgia. August 14th, 2023, investigators were called out to Willow West and Lindbergh apartment complex along Lindbergh Place at around 1:20 p.m., broad daylight, Sunday, for a report of a man who was shot. When police arrived, they rushed the man to the hospital, where he later passed away from his injuries. According to the Fulton County Medical Examiner, the victim died was Jaden McKinnon, 22 years old. May he rest in peace. I love condolences to his family. And all this allegedly over a puppy. When this clip first came out, the news featured a man who had a voice that didn't match his appearance, and it went viral.
Shooting at an apartment complex. You can see investigators searching through evidence and crime markers. Channel 2's Courtney Francisco is live on Lindbergh Place. And Courtney, what have you seen?
Well, Candace, police just took down the crime tape and left in the past 45 minutes, but I want to show you detectives were focusing most of their investigation between these two buildings for nearly 4 hours today. We know one man is dead. We do not know his name at this hour. Officers showed up here around 1:20 this afternoon after residents called 911 and said someone shot their neighbor, that they were trying to render aid. Medics rushed him to the hospital where he died. Police say at the time, witnesses said a small dog was missing, and we asked, was the dog the motive for the shooting? Did it belong to the man who was killed or someone else in the complex? Listen to what police told us minutes ago and how neighbors are reacting.
We don't know. We're looking into all the possibilities of this investigation. That'll be pending further investigation. We do know that the dog was a Frenchie. We don't have a color of that dog just yet, but we will have that shortly.
I'm troubled because I feel like I just moved in here, so I'm wondering if I picked the wrong place. And I have a standard poodle, which is a very coveted breed.
Now, witnesses say a car did drive away after this shooting, and police caught up with this car and tried to pull it over, but the driver would not stop, eventually got out and ran off, ditched the car. Police were not able to catch them. Right now, police say the main focus is identifying who this shooter was. Reporting live in Atlanta, Courtney Francisco, Channel 2 Action News.
Now, David Kinney Jr., a.k.a. Richie Band, he wasn't arrested until a week later in connection for both shootings in 2 different states in the span of 8 days. He was arrested after having multiple agencies look for him. He currently awaits in Fulton County Jail.
George Karen, it absolutely did. And tonight, investigators confirmed to me that the shooting here at this complex here on Lindbergh Place, it all stemmed from the robbery where that suspect was taking the victim's French bulldog. I can tell you tonight that there are 2 families in different states that are searching for justice.
It feels very, very much like a setup.
Jose Silva has felt all the emotions over the past 2 weeks, from sadness and grief to anger and frustration, all since his 27-year-old nephew, Karis, was shot and killed outside of an Aurora, Colorado gas station.
All of a sudden, you see one shot fired, and that shot entered through the passenger side to the driver's side of my nephew, and my nephew was struck one time.
This video shows the moments after the gunshot. Karis was a young father leaving behind 2 children. Jose said investigators quickly narrowed in on a suspect, David Kinney, but before he could be arrested in Colorado.
This individual was allowed to leave the state of Colorado and go on the run and go to Atlanta, Georgia. He was being tracked. The FBI fugitive unit was on them.
A week later, at this apartment complex on Lindbergh Place Northeast, investigators say Kinney took a second life, robbing Jaden McKinnon of his French bulldog and other belongings, shooting and killing him in the middle of the day.
Another family is going to deal with what we've been dealing with over the last 2 weeks. And it's just heartbreaking and devastating.
Kinney was eventually tracked down and arrested Friday. He's in the Fulton County Jail charged with murder. He has warrants not only from Colorado, but Clayton County as well. Jose is thankful Kinney is locked up, but disappointed he wasn't arrested before a second life was taken.
Will it ever be okay? I don't know if it'll ever be okay. I'm glad he's behind bars, and I'm glad that he can't cause harm to anybody else.
Channel 2's Candace McCowan joining us back live now in Northeast Atlanta. Candace, people at home must be thinking also, investigators say when Kinney was arrested, they also found the French bulldog?
George, they did find that dog when they arrested him. Because his owner has now passed away, we do know that that dog has been returned to the owner's family. George.
Again, as you talked about, Candace, 2 families looking for justice.
Now, after he was arrested, it was noted that the dude who lost his life in Atlanta lost his life with his own firearm. Also, as you heard from the news clip, he actually did give them their dog back. He alleging it wasn't a robbery from the get-go. Like I told him, family, hearing both sides, the truth lay somewhere in the middle. With that being said, listen to this brief 8-minute conversation with him in Fulton County, giving his side of those 2 M1s. You with right now?
Man, Richie Bands, a.k.a. Richie Millie.
What's up with you? How you feeling?
Shit, down for a short time, not a long time. I'll be there in a minute.
I don't want to take too much of your time, man. But if you can talk to the people, you got the floor.
Yeah, shit, it don't matter. You should have a right to protect yourself in any given situation. So, you know, I got 4 daughters at the end of the day that expecting me to make it home because I got responsibilities towards them. So,
right.
You know, when other people put kids and put this in front of their actual life, that's when they really don't want to live. You feel me? That situation was just a blessing and a cursing because I made it home and he ain't make it home. Now I got more kids to take care of because you man enough to take a nigga life. You man enough to take care of his responsibility. So I went from 4 to 6 because I'm taking care of his kids too. I asked for this ain't something that I wanted, but
right. When
it come down to me or you, I'm gonna make it home. You feel me? And that's pretty much the situation with out there in Colorado. Out here in Atlanta, shit, justifiable homicide too.
So I'm gonna just slow it down. So for the people, I know you probably ain't got too much time, but from my understanding, fighting 2 M1s in the span of 8 days.
Yeah.
1 in Colorado, 1 in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Okay. The situation in Colorado, a young man that lost his life. Did you know the gentleman?
Yeah, I knew him.
Okay. You want to elaborate on that situation a little bit, on what you can speak on?
I knew them because from prior experiences, we was once cool, then we fall out because people just don't know how to really word their words correctly. And then, you know, being a nigga is going to turn into violence if you ain't word your words correctly. So I had already had prior conflicts with this group of individuals, mainly with the younger brother. So when I had them situations with the younger brother, he ain't really have no pressure behind anything that had anything to do with his little brother. You feel me? As soon as a nigga see me walk out the dispensary with his... Now we got this all-out war because of this, and I didn't get a chance to go hop in the car with you or whatever, do whatever. She didn't want to leave with a nigga. She chose up. That's what it was. So it wasn't nothing he had to lose his life over. So that's what I was really trying to explain in the video. That I don't got no pressure with you. This ain't real. This ain't about nothing. So once he get his words across, that's when it started making me mad. Like, oh, I'm in a position where I need to defend myself because niggas ain't just going to be waving no burners around at you or you not using them.
So we're going to get to that. Was you aware of some text messages possibly sent to the girl you was with?
Hell yeah. So I knew he was after a nigga because once I seen him in the dispensary, he didn't want to have no pressure. He was just mad about the... So after we left the dispensary is when he started texting the bill with me and whatnot.
Do you know her status? I mean, I don't want to be in the business because, like, she not... Is she in your case?
Yeah, no, she not in my case. She know what happened. She told the detectives and showed the detectives the text messages and everything too. So It's not something that they don't already know.
Okay, cool. You want to speak how he lost his life?
1762 round to the face, DOA on arrival.
Any firearms produced from him?
I don't know that part of it because the person he was with hopped out the car, took the gun. So that's why we having this video today, because they making it seem like he didn't have no firearm. But because I was by myself, I decided to pull the phone out before any of that transpired. So there's no lying about him not having a firearm.
Leading up to that, you wasn't apprehended right away.
Hell no, I made it to the crib.
You was staying in the A? Or no?
Yep.
Oh, you was
I've been in the A for about almost 10 years now.
Okay. So, so you from Colorado, though, right?
Yep.
Okay. And then what happened in the situation you want to talk about that happened 8 days later?
Shit, it was just a situation. I had bought this car from some young niggas. And the nigga, I'm in Buckhead. The nigga walk up to the car, acting like the car was his or somebody, one of his peoples, one of his individuals. So once he walk up to the car, we exchange a couple words. He says that the car is his, blase. He swings. So we end up fighting. So while we fighting, he has a gun on his hip. So before I let you shoot me with that gun, he tried to pull the gun out. I take the gun from him. We're fighting over the gun, and he ended up shot with his own firearm. You feel me?
And how did you end up getting apprehended that day?
I ain't get apprehended that day. That happened around, what day was it? The 13th of August. I got picked up by the feds on August 18th, and I was taken into custody in Clay County, Georgia, for my outstanding warrants, and they just transported me to the Atlanta, Fulton County, the Atlanta jail.
Okay, so that was a couple days after.
Yep, that was a couple days after. That was on the 13th.
Okay. And that's where you've been ever since?
Right in Wright Street, 901 Knight Street. Yep, because it says right here on my criminal affidavit warrant that a witness was shown 6-photo lineup that included a state identification photo of the accused and was able to positively identify him as the male that was standing with the Dodge Charger, along with the person in a physical altercation with the victim prior to hearing gunfire. The witnesses on the scene could collaborate my story.
Okay.
These are people that I've never met before. I don't know their names or anything like that. This is just people that's in the apartments.
And you have no co-defendants?
No co-defendants.
Do you know the next time you going to see a judge? Or where you at with your process?
I don't know. With this court system, they give you a court date whenever. As of right now, we don't got one in the system.
Okay. What did you want to achieve out this video?
People hear my side of the story because the news broadcasted that it was about dog and it was just about an argument in both situations. Their stories was really told versus what my story is. And it's always two sides to every story. Because if I'm being accused of robbery or coming to rob somebody in this county, in Fulton County, Georgia, you could pretty much do my track record and know that there's never been a robbery or attempted robbery with me without having a firearm. So the fact that they're trying to paint this picture of me going to rob somebody without a firearm is not plausible in my eyes, because that's not what my track record says. It's always armed. All my charges have been armed and dangerous. So how come if I'm coming to rob somebody in the middle of Buckhead in the middle of the day, why don't I have a firearm?
So where exactly was you at in Buckhead?
Lindbergh Place.
What?
Lindbergh Place.
Lindbergh Place?
Yep, Fulton County, Georgia, around 1:20, 1 o'clock.
Okay.
August 13th, 2023. 485 Lindbergh Place, Northeast.
Okay. Did you know him prior to this?
I never seen him before in my life. So approaching me, I was kind of confused. He approaching me about the vehicle though, so it was kind of come with the game.
About your car?
Yep, I was driving the 392 in both of these situations. There was two different scats. So them damn cars.
Anything else you want to leave the people, man, or elaborate on before we, end this? Because I know you ain't got too much time.
Yep, I'll be down for a short time, not a long time. This is a $100,000 situation for $1 million nigga. So once the world get my side of the story, it's gonna be the first track drop, bigger than life. Yeah, just to avoid the indictment, I don't got no social medias, but I might put one up.
Okay. All right, man. I appreciate you taking the time, man. I'm gonna go ahead and end the recording right now.
Say less. Appreciate it too.
Well, there you have it, fam. As more developed, I'll make sure I keep you guys updated. That was the story of a local rapper, man, who ended up taking the life of 2 men in the span of 8 days in 2 different states. Let me know how you guys feel about this one in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Before we wrap it up, once again, rest in peace to all the victims. Love and condolences to the families. Fam, I'll catch y'all on the next one.